I've sat across from countless men over the last 30 to 40 years. Successful men, the office, the toys, seven, some eight-figure businesses, the kind of life that the world looks at and cheers, applauds you, um, celebrates even. And yet I can't tell you how many times when you get behind the curtain, they all share that they feel incredibly unfulfilled, empty. They thought, a PR, they thought hitting a certain metric, certain income, certain toy, certain thing would fulfill them. And as my coach says, you can never have enough of what you don't really need. And that's not like that's just a diagnosis that I see. It's an observation. It's a recurring theme in men that are highly driven and yet over rotate professionally to the demise and or cost of their personal and relational lives. And here's what I know, and I don't know why this is always a buzzword out in the world, but you didn't fail. And I don't know why you have to hear that. That's always weird to me. But the truth is you succeeded, you brilliantly, but it's the wrong game. Nobody sits you down early and says, if you do this, here's what's likely to happen in other areas of your life. Because we grow up with these dreams, the American dream, the aspirations, and there's nothing wrong with them when you holistically or comprehensively develop your personal life, marital, professional, all go together, your home life and so forth. And the thing about it is, when you wake up one day and you realize like this is true in your life, it didn't get there in an instant. It happened by what I call the drift. And like I talk about 1 degree of drift, like over time, 1 degree just becomes bigger and bigger gap to where you end up in places you didn't even believe in at one point in your life. And it's like one missed dinner, one conversation you refuse to have. It's one missed ball game times 10, times 50, times 100. It's one excuse. It's one missed call. It's one over and over and over to where it becomes the norm for you. And these people start checking out. Like they don't expect you to be who they really were hoping you to be. And you don't realize like you're painting yourself in a corner. And I think you know this, like, again, I don't think we get to these places by accident. It's maybe we hope it'll fix itself, right? Like I was there, like I was hoping like the next quarter, the next week, the next month, the next thing, like somehow if you ignore certain parts or like even spiritually pray to God and try to make a deal, which is ridiculous, you just think eventually it will right the ship, and it doesn't. Like that's part of the lie. Like the believable lies that I talk with men about is you have to believe something, otherwise it's graphic and gross enough for you to go, this is ridiculous, like that's not going to happen. But you somehow believe that it'll be okay, or it's not broke, don't fix it, or if you don't hear about it, your wife doesn't complain bad enough or something, you just ignore it. And you're not lazy, right? It's not anything to do with willpower. Probably in like professional settings, you're one of the high drivers. Like you lean forward in areas, like you're the example, you're the model, you're the person that people will brag about. Like, how do you do it, man? How do you work? So, and all of this. And again, that applause is inebriating. And you don't realize like you're being applauded by the masses while the people that matter most are not celebrating you anymore. They're not the ones that are giving you accolades for your success anymore. And so it's not even about drivenness. Everyone I work with is highly driven. So it's not that. It's just you lean into what you're most confident or most comfortable with, while you ignore or avoid other areas. Like you know how to grow a business times 10%, but you don't know how to do that for your marriage. You don't know how to connect with your wife on the things she keeps asking for, or how to be present with your kids by shutting your business off. You're always on. And what I've seen is your personal, marital, relational, and your professional lives, like they're all like incredibly interconnected. They're not separate entities, and yet we treat them as such. And the truth is, like, when you really get who you are, really get that anchored, and you get your marriage, family life right, your business is easy. Like it's a byproduct. Like, you leave the home every day with peace and confidence and strength. And then your biggest fan is your spouse and your kids, and everyone's cheering you on. But when you do that wrong, like, you can never make up in one area what's lacking in the others. And yet we try, right? We try to keep going after it. And the thing about it is, you just can't be a 10 over here, a 3 and a 5 over here, and think they're not playing off each other, because your business absolutely is tied to your home, your marriage, your family, and your health, your mental, emotional health. Like, it's everything. And I sit with guys, and how I help start making sense out of this is, I'll say, let's say we're sitting on this same seat a year from now, and you're going to tell me it's been the best year of my life, Bob. And you're going to speak from here, not from here. And the moment you say it's been the best year of my life, you're just going to tell me here's why. You're going to tell me what's happened. And what happened personally that you would say it's the best year of my life. What happened in your marriage, your home, your family, that you would say, man, I had no idea, like, the best year of my life, literally. And then professionally, again, that's normally the easy part, but what would you be saying? Like, it may not be income, it may be freedom, and the business is not running you anymore, but you have rotated back to your health, and you have white space, and you slow down, and you connect, and you shut business off, and all of that. And I do that just by saying, give me a couple words, because I call this your BS filter, by the way. Like, this is where the editor, the critical self, the self that's based off the past, the how's that going to happen, what if, and all of that. And dreams are here. And the moment you have a dream and it gets to the BS filter, it gets into that could never happen and all of that. And nothing comes out but bull crap. And I try to help guys separate that to where it's like, what's really in you, man? Like, I was sitting with a guy the other day, and he said, well, you know, I have this and this and this. And I said, honestly, man, I think you would have that whether you said it or not. That's all going to happen. And I saw it like change the look on his face, and he tapped into that. And he started talking about, he didn't use this word, but it was his definition of success. And it included freedom and autonomy and depth of connection at home and all, versus I'll have this and this and this. And it always happens when a guy taps into that. And this is why I do work with guys. Like, I've been that guy who over-rotated, and I was bankrupt in other areas of my life, and it cost me greatly. And I just believe when a guy gets these things right, everyone in your world is better. Everyone in your life is better. And when we don't, those same people suffer. And Man Alive is meant to help you, like, get clarity and overcome the BS filter and limiting beliefs and behaviors, and live into the guy, not treat it as a goal, but live into it starting tomorrow. And this is why I do what I do. And maybe one day I'll get to hang out with you. If nothing else, I'd love to hear from you. Like, what resonates here, what speaks to you, that maybe even just beginning a friendship would be of value to you and to myself. But no matter, either way, I want you to know kind of where I come from and what I do and why I do it. I just believe that it's a battle worth winning. It's a game worth winning, getting right. So stay strong. Have an amazing day. Peace.